What is up? That's for anybody checking in later. Catching this on the replay. Of course, I'll like to start for you guys. If other people show up, great. If not, I'll just keep going. New mascot for the Lock Lab. Ba, 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 ba. Got me a llama. Black picking llama. It actually fits perfectly in the ring on top of that Medico. Mr. Newhouse Lock and Key. How you doing, brother? Got a box of locks donated from Phantasm, who connected with through through your server. So thank you, sir. Let's see what he sent. We'll play with a few locks. Still got some locks from Croatia to try to play with and learn and master and get into and all that shit. So locks are not a one-time puzzle for me. I like to do them over and over. How's your night going, brother? We'll see if a few more people show up. Got this nice little organizer back here. Stick that on that side. Which, I'm not really an organization guy. That's weird. Yeah, no, I know it's YouTube is crazy, dude. I fucking I just expect nobody gets a notification if shit runs across their plate, maybe they'll nibble. If it ever does put stuff up, notify, things like that, I'm like, oh sweet. Like it was nice this time or this week or whatever. Yeah, it's weird, man. And then if you follow like a bunch of new people or new channels and stuff, it sometimes washes out all your old stuff, and then kind of gotta, if they interact with you and you interact with them, it'll sometimes refresh it back into your own feed. But yeah, it's weird. People I've been following the longest on here are the most missing from my feed, which is stupid. I think they would, at least I'm kind of at least wrongly setting some shit here. Better than fucking a couple of those locks I was doing last night. It's like I was pressing, I was like trying to overset shit and just did not seem to even be working at that. So yeah, we got a few people kicking around, I guess. Getting up, get going. So met a guy through Newhouse Lock and Keys Discord there. Phantasm. He wanted to send some locks, donate them to Mitten Mid Lock Sport, which is our lock sport group for vets who are into lock sport. Support them, their channel, their hobby, that kind of thing. So let's see what he threw our way. I have an idea what it is, but take a quick look. So, yes, excellent. So what he has proposed was basically 2 sets of locks. We got a couple white and these basic laminated. I wonder if they're keyed exactly alike. Probably from the set. That's nice. Sweet. So we got a couple whites. Couple yellow. Where's the yellow? Alright. Couple of these Master Lock 140s. Ooh, it's a nasty little bitty. Might be a hard rake. Then got a couple of these Avis 6540s. Go into your orange. So you get your white, yellow, orange. And he included a couple 1100s for the greens, which is very nice. Vinny, Vinny 3. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's like a license plate right there. That's normally what I'm used to seeing on like one of these, although 666. That's awesome. That's good. Yeah. Well, if it was Nola's Ark, I don't know. Do we even include this anymore? So there we go. We got a nice little white through green set. One set's gonna make its way up into Canada when we get the full pile together for blast and bypass. The other set is gonna make its way over to Lockpicking Hippie. We're supplying him with some locks and a bunch of stuff. We're sending out to about 15 of our vets here at the end of the month, beginning of next month. We're sending out picks, cases, booze. What else are we? Handcuffs. Some of the guys are getting handcuffs because they're also in the Shackleman Cuff Club. So mine as well. Take a little time and we'll play with these. We'll grab one set here. And then we'll do a little, probably a bit of a struggle picking. White through green. Get that right. Get in a little more. Sure that fits. Ooh, nice. How much were they pimping them for? New house. Ouch. I mean, that's not uncommon or unrealistic, but still, it's hard to find like a deal. Unless you're like Coxie or Not Too Dead, dude. Those guys are good hunters. Was my attention too much? Don't seem to be doing anything. Is there fucking spool pins in this? Oh, there we go. There we go. Mr. Elijah. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Always a pleasure to have you in. Alright, so we got the white belt. Let's struggle with the yellow. There are spool pins in this, since it's the brass 140. I don't know, is there 2, 3? Like there's that many. Natalie, how you doing? Lori, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. We got some locks donated for our veteran group, Mid-Main Lock Sport, and locks donated by Phantasm. And we're just picking them a little bit before we send them on, because lock pickers are a bit of a obsessive species. Put a lock in our hands and we're going to want to try to pick it. I don't care if I can pick it or not. I'd still want to poke around at it, you know? Not doing this right. Huh. I'm not doing that right. Tell you that. What is Mr. Rockout with a lockout? Add a Q&A sticker? I don't know. I don't get in for all the bells and whistles. I just kind of go. Right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. This was a nasty little key, wasn't it? Huh. Yeah, right. I think I'm doing too much. Oh, shit. Fuck this lock. That's how I feel about it. Alright, good luck to whoever gets that. I'll play with that again later. I haven't played with the an Avis, was it 6540? Yeah. I sent the one that I had that I started with to my son, and I haven't touched one of these. I've been meaning to get one, so definitely want to try this out. This was the lock that really kind of helped teach me spool pins, so. Hook is getting stuck in there. Mr. James Spencer, how you doing? Yeah, honors. Yeah, it's a weird thing. People don't tap the like as much as you'd think. I would appreciate a few more of them. Let me try a little bit stiffer turner. Not that I'm playing with a turner, but let me change my seat and adjust my voice. Alright, set pin 1. Feel like I'm doing that right. That's not right. Try a different hook. I suck. Yeah, where everyone's having a good night, man. Happy to see everybody. Just a little hanging out. Let me try a different hook. Less hook too. Yeah. Ah, my dumbass. Must be a spool on one, so I was only setting it part way. Thinking it was like a standard. Again, something ain't set right. Fuck. Now I remember this lock pissing me off for a while before I got it. Well, like I said, this is one of my favorite locks. I think people should get this. Start off their journey with one of these for sure. That ain't working right. Petro, what's up? Alright, well, fuck it. This lock's kicking my ass too. Let's go up the ranks. Try us one of these. Check bidding. Should be some light touches, which is not conducive for my picking style. Let's go back to. Where did I put it? Fuck, did I set it down or did I put it in the thing? Oh, Lenny, baby. I love the fact. I love you were like, yeah, last video I did was EDC for a giveaway for mid-May. And then this one, I'm doing EDC for a giveaway. You're all about it. I love that folding little keyboard too, dude. That thing was outstanding. That's too much. There we go. Start in the back. What? Dude, that's crazy, man. I was literally like, oh, thinking about it. I was like, I don't know how much that is. I was like, that's got to be like $80 or something. No way. Oh, that's crazy. That's a fucking score and a half. Especially if you use it. Then it's an outstanding. Alright. Or did I overset something? Damn, this thing feels that all spools. Oh, fuck. Oh, nice. Very nice. Lame. Well, then go away. Fish vids. Fishy vids. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. Fish heads, eat them up, yum. I took a fish head to the movie. Didn't have to pay to get it in. No, you wouldn't have, Jerry. But it's nice of you to say so. And who cares? I've done them faster than 2 seconds. This one might take me an hour. I don't care. I mean, you're done in 2 seconds. Not something to brag about, brother. Makes a Minuteman look fucking like he's an endurance specialist. I swear, is this thing all fucking spools? Ooh. It's all drops. No, fuck it. Nice lock. The Vinny. Throw that over there. I'll go ahead and go back to, if I'm going to struggle bust it with some of my Croatian locks. Throw a few of these in here. From some of these locks, well, because they're registered or copyrighted, or I don't know what the fuck you call it. So like a Medico. And it's like, you know, if you have a business, it'll say do not duplicate, you know, on the key. Sometimes it's just to protect the business. Sometimes it's because of the lock and the laws involved. You got to be like a registered, you know, locksmith to copy a key for this. When you buy it, it comes with a key. It's got like a serial code and all that shit. I got mine tucked away for this. Yeah, so it's weird. Labs is in the house. What is it? Patent protected. Thank you. I was like, I couldn't think of the word. Like copyright, or they call dibs. I don't know what it is. But they own the shit. So yeah, it's pretty wild too. Like we know, you know, some locksmiths that you know, that are pickers that copy that shit. So when it comes down to the laws or the rules, the restrictions, it's nice to have inside people kind of explain it. I'm not even remotely. I ain't gonna get a goddamn lock tonight. That's right. I honestly haven't been picking. My body's been blown out from working this month. I need to work, so gotta do what you gotta do. Oh no, if you're gonna steal your neighbor's bike, they probably got a shittier lock. They might have a tube lock though, so have fun with that shit. It's just poke, just around in a circle. Over and over. Over and over. You're like, is this working? And then pop. Hopefully. Oh, I think I set a pin. Fuck. Oh, damn. Let me try something else. Let me go with some easier little padlocks. Actually, let me go back to this. I thought it should be easy, but it said it's actually a tough little nut to crack, so I shouldn't feel bad about the struggle. It's funny you mentioned that. The pair of Clajuso German cuffs is next on my list to order. Last pair of cuffs that I got are these Polish-made Kelmet, the KM 1001s, I believe. It's a pretty good pair, pretty solid, and they, I think the police and the military and everything over in Poland use these. I'm digging those. So the next ones are something from Germany, from the Clajuso. Last set I got them in the pink 1912s. These are Brazilian made, pretty good cuffs. I'm starting to expand out into more brands. Oh, where's my... And then I got the Korean Yules, the white ones I got before that. And there they are. So those are Korean cuffs. These are split paw. These are a bitch. Oh yeah, I mean, and that's the funny thing when you're doing this, you know, you're doing lives and shit like that, or you're putting out videos and people are like, "Hey, you suck," or whatever. It's like, yeah, not always. Like, there's times where I'm picking better, and especially I'm in my 50s. I got health issues with my shoulders, elbows, hands, back, neck. There's days that I can't feel shit going on. There's weeks that it's hard to even practice. So every open is a victory to me. What the fuck's going on with this one? Uh-oh. Yeah, dude, I'm definitely, that bums me out, transparent. Like I told you, tell me what day in December is good to come hang out. I got some goodies to bring you. I got that Sandman multi-pick set. Some other crap. Whatever locks are pissing me off, I'll give those over. Cause my naughty bucket is the mailbox or passing them off to other people. Oh shit, you know what it was? My number one fucking problem is when you got that thing in there, it's often right up to that front pin, and I suck at getting that first fucking pin. So, yay. I popped a lock. Oh, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Greetings from Germany, man. We got a bunch of, got a lot of German pickers, and of course, multi-pick from Germany. Fantastic lockpick company. I've got picks over here, I got picks over here, I got, I got the sweet old case filled with, kind of compiled a number of lockpick sets, but big fan of Germany. And like I was saying, I'm grabbing German cuffs for the next cuffs to get. Let's go ahead and pop some cuffs, I guess. Let's see if we can pick the Kelmet. Mine. Polish cuffs. I'm going to play with these a lot more on Saturday night, but I'm not one to wait, so. Got those on. Grab us. That's a standard short flat. This is from the Shackleman Cuff Club set, sold by Southern Specialties, lockpicktools.com. And alright, we'll try a swoopy. Why am I not getting? Oh, there we go. God damn. Like, I know I can do it. I use less of a hook on most of my picket. More straight edge stuff. More shallow hook. Son of a bitch. I mean, my hands are free, but I'm still stuck in the cuff, right? Let me just go ahead and fucking shim. Alright, I picked one side. Like I said, I want to play with these extensively on Saturday night, so a lot of different pair of cuffs in a second. Get in here. Shim these bitches. John, that's funny, man. You know what, John? You are not necessarily wrong with that. I don't know if these ones are susceptible, but when you double lock it, the ones that have a bar instead of a spring across as the double lock, if you whack them really hard, you can pop the double lock, the whack attack, or the wrap attack. So technically, you can't kind of defeat them if you whack them really hard with another set. So I got to give you points for all the times that people pop that up. That's probably the most. I'll give you points for that. That was good. Yeah, I watched. Actually, I watched Lockpicking Lawyer for a couple of years. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I was a magician. I did escapes and things like that, but it was all, illusion and gimmicks. And I wanted to get into the Houdini style shit. Let's go ahead and try picking out of these. I don't want to bust the powder coating off too much, but I still want to play with my toys. So, yeah, I was watching Lockpicking Lawyer. Kind of saw him start his company, Covert Instruments. And I got talking to my son about survival and EDC and camping and shit like that, and lockpicking. And so I sent him a set, a Genesis set, and with a bunch of shit. And something got broke. It got sent back. So I pulled the set out, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and play with it. And I got hooked, man. So kind of turned over a gardening channel here on YouTube into lockpicking. And let's see if we can pop these double locks. One thing I do like is the Kelmet has these sweet ass little keys. Those are sweet. So, see, now I'm scratching these the fuck up. All right. Go ahead and just pick the double lock on one side. Well, there's double lock for you. We'll start there. It's the wrong pick. Get in there and pop that double lock, and then pop that off. And go lefty. That is a nice thing about doing cuffs, is you really do have to equally work your right and your left hand with that shit. So we're gonna play with these more, but I might as well pull out pair of Peerless. We'll go bows down, holes up. Bows down, holes up. That's the way I like the cuff. Oh, there we go. We'll double lock them. Peerless, whether they're hinged or not, it's one of the most common used in America. Did I not hit the double? Oh, I did get the double. Okay. I'm just missing. Oh, there's the single. Okay. We just gotta get it from this angle, which is awkward, even if your hands are free. Especially it's my left hand. Damn. Keeps slipping off. fuck's sake. What's up? James, Phil, Caesar, Rock Fan, Eddie. Nice to see people in, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Fucking up my pick. Keep slipping off my double lock. Shit. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta fucking get violent with that shit. And there we go. Pop and a pop. Get out of these pills. Let's try out. Everyone's like, what about them Smith & Wesson? Yeah, let's get some Smith & Wesson on here. Corkscrew out of that pick. Yeah, dude, I showed Jimmy. Well, I shared what I do to the picks to Jimmy Longs, and he was like, "Man, what are you doing? Why?" I was like, "Dude, I got worse ones. You don't want to see." All right, so there's Smith & Wesson picked. Let's pick that double lock. Oh, that's a push-through style double lock. It's easier to apply. That's why I like cops like that, or speed double locks. And if I did it right, then I got out. If I can get it with my left hand. Oop, without slipping off the pawl. I got it. Oh, shit. No, I had the TCH 850 folding rigid. So I've played with the Hyatts. They're very susceptible to a ball pick, which is crazy, which is wonderful to find out, discover, and enjoy. Let's do some Chicago's. There's my Chicago's. That's not my Chicago's. That's my other Smith & Wesson. That's the rules. That's the X22s. Just for reference, I got all my cuffs up in here. So I'm trying to, well, fuck it. These Chicago's will pop on some hinged. Burrito Games, how you doing? Finley, how you doing? Ellie Riza, what's going on? Hey, have a good night, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Excuse me, I got the burps. Let me wash it down with a little bit of beer. And don't mind, I gotta light one up. Yeah, Rock, I'm getting there. I got like 33 pairs, I think, at this point. 33 or maybe 34 now. Got like 6 countries, I think, represented. Got China, Brazil, Korea, Poland, England, and America, yeah. Oh, there we go. Just gotta trust in that lean back. So it's a lean and a lean. I get too crazy with the crank in it, and I start bending my shit up. Are you against? Why teach that so openly? There's a lot more than just official situations where you can be in cuffs and want to get your way out. People play sex games with these things. It's nice to know how to get out because keys break, mechanisms get stuck. Secondly, people do get bound against their will by not the police. As a child, I was restrained against my will and abused, so the desire to be able to release yourself if necessary, and the important parts if necessary, is, it's big. Personally, it also helps me deal with claustrophobia. So it has that small therapeutic. Yeah, break. I've put myself in them and had them. Well, the blade, man, yeah, that blade is, I don't know, welded on or whatever. So it just, the first time I was at work, worked at a place they didn't mind at the front desk. I was selling weed. So I put myself in thumb cuffs and I double locked them. And then I was like, I couldn't get myself out and customers were coming up. So I went to use the key and it snapped. And that was the only key I had. And the regular keys don't fit in thumb cuffs. You got to shave them down a little bit. So I was stuck. I had to like improvise a tool on the fly to be able to get out of that shit. And but it did tell me, it was like, always have, one of our rules is always, um, we always have, I don't know, where's my other one? I got a ton of them. So I always got like, things full of multiple keys, the different style keys that I'm using, whether they're split pawl or worded keys or anything. I've always got them. If I'm doing crazy shit, I'll have them on the lanyard on my neck. I got my wife's downstairs. I can yell for her, or my kid or anything like that. So we do practice safety, and we, don't do this if you're arrested, legally. If you're arrested illegally, that's up to you to decide that and do this shit. So yeah, you can do, when you got chains and they're on your wrist, you can get the chains bound, which gives you leverage to pretty much crank this thing in the housing. And you see how there's that lines. You're gonna basically pop these rivets out. It's gonna enough, and that thing's gonna pop out. That's generally gonna happen before the chains break, because you have to break the weld and then bend the chain. So when chain binding, usually it's popping it out of the housing, but it's definitely doable. I can't do it. I got these little bony wrists, man. As soon as I start trying to crank that thing, it just hurts like hell. Now, I do want to experiment if I take some cardboard and slide it into the wrists as sleeves and then try to bind from there. Maybe I'll be able to do it, but it's doable. It's a technique. It's pretty crazy on its own. So yeah. Well, the problem isn't, see, the misunderstanding. In fact, people are like, why do cops prefer some shitty cuffs like the ASP, and things with speed locks and stuff like that on the double? And it's because they care about durability and easy use, because there's the biggest component of security for handcuffs for police, official use, is they're watching you as well. So just for your safety, just for their safety, just for the keeping the prisoner contained, you're supposed to be under supervision while you're within these. So all the shit I do, even if I can grab little bits and pieces from around, I gotta wait till the guy's not looking. I would have to have a way out, a place to run. I would have to be on the run for the rest of my life, because he already probably has my ID. So that's not anything we encourage. And it's a lot like a lock sport. We tell you, only open locks you own. Don't open locks in use, because fucking around with locks in use, you're gonna fuck them up and you're gonna break them. And if you don't have the money or the skill to replace and repair that right away, you're gonna create a problem. Same thing. I've got my first 2 pair of cuffs. I fucked them up, busted that out. They're screwed up inside. If I tried to put these on right now, they might just jam up and lock, and I might be fucked. So you got to be careful what you're doing it with, and make sure it's yours. Yeah, they're always escorted. They're always in a car. They're always on a bus. They're always, even with the transports, and yeah, and you have to do that just even for the safety of the prisoner, and safety of the law enforcement. They can't. They know people can get out of cuffs. They've seen it happen. They know that people are sitting around fucking cuffed and thinking about it and wanting to escape. So that's not, even when I was young, I got arrested. I can, if you cuff me behind my back, I can step over the cuffs and bring them to my front. I can still do it. it's a little harder. It used to be real easy, and a cop lost his mind, when I did it. And I was like, "Oh, dude, I just seeing if I could." And he was like, "Yeah, that's not something you should be doing, man. You're gonna catch some charges." And so I've always kind of, I don't fuck around with anything with police. So, well, I appreciate y'all. I'm really just want to unbox the sweet package from Phantasm. We've got the 2 lines of locks that are going to go out to Blast and Bypass and Lock Picking Hippie, 2 of our Mitten Made vets. Blast and Bypass got a bunch of new people he's bringing in picking, stuff like that. Hippie is a lock picker, a locksmith. He's training me a locksmith. He's got a lot of stuff he does with locks, and great channel, so we like to supply him and hook him up. Barrel locks, bro, those cuffs you just showed. I don't know what you need about proper cuffs. I have 30 some odd cuffs from around the world. They're all the ones in use by current police. So I've got warded cuffs and high security cuffs that I beat. I don't know what you're talking about. So, but I'm out of here. Y'all have a great night. Thank you very much. Peace.